Welcome to this Growth Ops Summit. I am Dharmesh. The purpose of this conference today was to really bring together people passionate about sales ops and put together a community of practitioners to really think about sales operations and all things related to sales planning and operations. Our belief is that we are now in the age of software-defined ops, right? So this is a place where it's been a journey. If you look at it, all the companies that have evolved over the last decade or so have moved from the data center to the network to the business application layer, and now it's the turn of the back office, right, as we look at it. And especially as we think about sales, sales is about closing that planning to execution loop, right? So when you think about sales operations, it's not just about making the horses go faster by putting people and being more productive, but it's also about defining are you in the right race. So you have to tie both plan and execution together. And that always continuous link is super important, right? The cycles are becoming increasingly short as well, which is why you need a software-defined framework to manage that cycle, right? Typically what happens is on the planning side, you are doing planning in Excel spreadsheets manually, and then working with someone else on the operational side to sort of hand over your plan and model and help them go execute. And those two things do not work hand in hand, and our goal is to tie this loop. And this handoffs is what we call as operational hell, right? If you think about it, multiple Excel spreadsheets, right? Bala at the back can testify when we were at Salesforce, we had about 1,500 spreadsheets going across 400 managers, and everybody would change their models. And in order to get the spreadsheet right first, we had to sort of go through a data cleansing exercise, get the right data in, because everybody will say, I can plan, it's great if I have clean data, but the data is always bad, right? And so once the data is done and you've done your planning and all those things, then you hand it over to the sales ops team that goes into never-ending loops of writing custom code in Salesforce. And as soon as they're done writing, your go-to-market has changed already. And now you have to go back and redo all the rules. By the way, that CRM administration has probably gone off into took on a new role. We have a prospect customer that I'm working with. They have 82 routing rules. The guy who designed the rules initially no longer can track which rule is actually breaking down when a lead doesn't route appropriately, because it's now a spaghetti code. And so our view is, all those things, along with the fact that we have more tools today than we ever had on the sales ops side of the house to manage, are just creating an operational nightmare for companies as we think about it. And when these two things don't align, right? Planning does not align with what's actually happening. People start losing confidence in their ability to meet their numbers. And leaders want to just leave, right? This is an exact quote from one of our customers at Okta. And she said that if my team does not see a plan to success and a roadmap to success, they'll start losing confidence in the plan. And once we've had better operational cadence and handle on data, then we can have a very detailed revenue plan discussion with our teams. The people will say, yes, I truly understand how you segmented my territory, how the assignments have worked for me, and I can see a roadmap to see my plan. And successful companies, as we think about these logos, and these are not all, but the first thing that hits us is that these guys are operational machines, right? And they are operational machines because they have been able to really tie the planning and execution loop extremely tightly working together. But they do it with a lot of people and custom code, right? And so for us, as we started putting Fullcast together, we said, can we automate the entire go-to-market planning and execution loop in software? So we take away all the manual config work, custom work that has to be done across multiple silos, getting data out from CRM, pulling it in Excel, massaging data, adding data from third-party sources, creating a plan in Excel spreadsheet, handing it over to the ops team. They will do versions of data loads into the planning application, into your CRM systems. And then, of course, someone has to create and write policies in a playbook that sits into a drawer and do sales kickoffs. And after sales kickoff, you realize that salespeople are salespeople. They go back to their original habits. And very soon, those policies are just policies in a drawer, and you really can't enforce anything, right? And so we looked at the entire loop and said, let's think about software and how software can help it. And that's why when you say we are in the world of software-defined sales ops is what Fullcast is proposing. And our goal is we'll keep alignment between planning and execution. The way we would do that is on the planning side of the house, we help you design our sales go-to-market plan, right? Once the plan is done, if you think about a sales organization, you got CRM, which is a database that gets installed once, and you hear this from customers all the time that our Salesforce is set up several years ago, and now things have changed. It's not in sync. And what's actually changed is your go-to-market. Go-to-market evolves constantly, right? You might say we are going after the mid-market right now. A year later, you'll say we're going to enterprise. Oh, now we're taking our enterprise segment and you're going to carve multiple territories. Your go-to-market is evolving constantly, and that change needs to be reflected into your CRM. And the way it happens is you define your go-to-market plan, you define the policies that you're going to enforce at that point of time, holdouts, splits, who gets account assignments, what are my rules for moving accounts across segments, right? Those are all policies that you're defining as you're building a go-to-market plan. And then you want those policies enforced on the execution side, which is your CRM, automatically, right? And then have that loop going back and forth, because more importantly than planning is making sure you're working against your plan. So trying to see and have insight into how far away you're drifting from plan is super important, right? So what we feel is that the policy-driven infrastructure that syncs between the planning app and the CRM system is super important to keep things aligned. That means, for example, you don't have to deal with multiple versions of Excel, right? No more writing manual codes into CRM itself. And we're not scaling operational functions by throwing more people at it, right? We can use the finite people that we have in this room, all of us working on more value-added work, which is looking at sales strategy and how it's actually helping us impact. In the room, we have about 250 people who had registered for the conference. We thought people would be coming in and out, so I think it'll be interesting. 50% of the people in this room are VP of Sales or CXOs, and we get about 100 sales ops practitioners, which is great because we want this to be a community where we can talk about sales ops practitioners. So for having this representation of a very focused discussion on sales ops is quite heartening for us. This is the kickoff, so it doesn't end here. One of the key things over there is we want to keep the momentum and the conversation around this going. So as you enter, you've all been added to an app. That's a link to the app as well, where you can actually go in and sign up, and you should already have your logins and all set up, where we can actually have discussions on topics related to sales ops, right from segmentation to compensation planning and all those things. And you can follow us over there. The videos, Al is here, joining us from Vancouver, so he is recording today's session, so all the sessions will be available and posted online for us to leverage. But as a team, let's make sure we keep this entire day interactive and make a full use of the time that we're spending here.